There it is. All right. Let me make sure I see this. What's going on, y'all? Jesus with Corpus Christi Originals. Thanks for joining in. I'm gonna try this out for the first time. We got a live stream with myself for a whole hour, which wish me luck before the guest comes in an hour later at 8 p.m. If you're watching on the live stream, uh, and comment a friend of yours or share the video. Appreciate you guys for watching. So yeah, I don't know. I can't see if there's there it is. I can't see if there's anybody in the live stream, but there it is. All right, all right. So what am I talking about today? Talking about I guess the brand Corpus Christi Originals. Looking at that camera there.
Yeah.
All right. So Corpus Christi Originals, I started as a brand first, and then eventually it turned into a podcast. So the reason why I wanted it to turn to do the podcast was actually to generate more content for the brand, and in doing so, how's it going, y'all? Appreciate you for joining. Leave a comment, please, if you like. I wanted to generate more content, so I was like, let me do a podcast. And in doing so, I was like, I actually like doing the podcast, talking to people. So I wanted to do it more often. So now I have the brand and the podcast at the same time on the same channel, whatever. But yeah, so that's the deal there. If you guys are watching, I'm doing a giveaway for the 50th episode. Uh, what's up, Chris? Appreciate you, man. I'm doing a giveaway. I've given away this T-shirt right here, and all you got to do is tag two people in the live stream to for a chance to win this T-shirt right here. Got it. All right. So started the podcast, did the brand, and the main reason why I wanted to do the brand was I was kind of looking for different side hustles. Because as you know, my day job. Let's go. What's up, Jay? Appreciate you, man. Uh, Tag somebody, dude. Tag somebody for a chance to win this T-shirt right here. Which I know you already got one, but if you win, I'll get you a different design, man. Appreciate you. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all. So I'm just talking out loud. My first time really doing live, getting all excited. Anyway, I'm trying to stay on topic here. uh, so I'm a truck driver, and then I started looking for side hustles to try to bring more money into my household, right? So at that point, appreciate you. Yeah. Uh, Encourage them in the comments to share to tag somebody for a chance to win this T-shirt right here. Let me see if I could hang it right here. What do you think? I hang it right here, producer?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
All right. All right. So yeah. So tag somebody for a chance to win this T-shirt right here, y'all. Yeah. So I wanted more money. I wanted to try to generate some more income. So that's the reason why I started the brand, Corpus Christi Originals. How I came upon the name was basically, I don't know. I was trying to find some type of brand that would actually take off, and a lot of my YouTube mentors were telling me, "Hey, well, actually, not a lot. There was like two mentors on YouTube. I call them mentors, but they're people on YouTube like you and I. They were telling me start with your city, do a brand with your city. So I was like, all right, Corpus Christi Originals. At first, I was trying like Corpus Made or Made in Corpus or something like that, and a lot of those names were taken when I was looking for tags for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube and stuff like that. So then one of the mentors on YouTube, he had his called Gardena Originals, and then I was like, well, let me just steal that idea basically. So I put Corpus Christi Originals, and I looked for the different tags online, and they were all available. I was like, hell yeah! So that's it right there, Corpus Christi Originals. And then it started. I started doing that, and then yeah, I just had a design. I would put it out. I was testing different designs basically on Instagram, and then yeah, that's where that started coming out. Um, I had an original design, and I was giving a lot of stuff away at first, to kind of generate some type of buzz or whatever around the brand. And then at that case, it started generating, and then I was doing giveaways also on the Instagram, uh, as far to giveaways on Instagram to generate a buzz, and it was helping out. So now I think I'm like 1,900 followers. I don't know how much. Anyway, it's growing, and the podcast has actually helped growing. And the studio here that you guys are watching from Produce Studios, Produce Live Stream Studios, downtown Corpus Christi, Texas. It's part of the Produce brand that Dusty's got going on down here. Which, if you're watching and you're doing a podcast or interested in doing a podcast, uh, you want to use this studio for whatever. Um, if you want to use it for podcasting, rent it out, man. Rent it out. Like you could do it if you got a podcast existing already. Like you can do it like once a month to get a live stream once a month to get your viewers to watch or whatever. Rent it out, man. I'm not the only one doing it out here. I mean, you guys got podcasts. Come out and check it out. Rent it out. Yeah. Tag somebody if you want a chance to win this T-shirt. Appreciate you guys. The winner's gonna be selected after I see who all tag people in there. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, so we're produce Streamlab Studios down here, Corpus Christi, Texas. Shout out Dusty, Chris, the producer back there. Appreciate you guys. They got a little culture going on down here, man. It's awesome. I love it. I like being a part of it down here because there's a lot of young people down here. It's very innovative down here, I guess you can say. Hey, appreciate you, Robert. Robert Flores, thanks for watching on YouTube, man. Yeah, so I got to that point when I wanted to start a brand, wanted to do a podcast, and then um to be honest, like I don't go far without start talking about like finances and retirement and stuff like that because I think I'm at that age where I'm starting to think about that because I'm married, I got kids, and I'm thinking about their future, my future, and I don't know. I want to be able to do something like this or whatever, in my later years in life. So that's one of the things that I'm doing there. Appreciate you. What's up, Alex? Tag somebody, man. Tag somebody for a chance to win this T-shirt right here. Tag 2 people, tag 3 people, whatever you wish, man. To get some people more on this video. Yeah, there you go. Evago Burgers and Barbecue. Appreciate you, Philip. Yeah. So I guess along my path of finances, I, I went to college. I got a degree in music, and I had a lot of bills, student loan bills that I needed to pay off, and I really wasn't finding a lot of jobs. Appreciate y'all. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, if Melissa, if you want a chance to win this shirt, tag somebody. Yeah, so uh went to college, got a music degree, got out of college, and then my student loan bills were increasing, like it was going higher because the interest rate was accumulating. And then I was like, damn, I got to get a job. I got to find a job to start paying this stuff off. I got married, and then just a big old mumble jumble started happening in my life. And then it finally got to the point where I was okay. I'm married. I got a day job, which is my truck driving job, which is totally different from music. And how I came upon that was actually looking through the paper, the ad sack, not Indeed.com. We're talking the newspaper, looking through that for jobs. And like a quarter to half or more of the jobs were saying driver needed, CDL. So I got my CDL. I was like, well, if I want to make some money to pay off these student loans, I need to be a CDL driver. So that's what happened. That's how I did that. Appreciate you, Jay, Anthony, Melissa. Thanks a lot, y'all, for commenting, those people. Leave a question in the chat if you want to interact. Appreciate you guys for joining in. So yeah, got that going. Got married. 2 kids later, man. I mean, it's good. I like where I'm at. I like doing the podcast. I like being around people. I like doing the brand. It helps me personally because me as a person that's got like ADD or ADHD, having community is important for me. Aside from my family, because my wife, she's my best friend. I talk to her all the time. Shout out Christina. Appreciate you, love. But yeah, it's difficult for me. Like even growing up, man, I had to be like in a school system with ADD or ADHD, and for myself, it's difficult because they try to fit you in this mold or in this little area, and my mind and my brain is like, no, this is not gonna work. You know what I mean? So the only way to get out of it is to basically act out. So that's basically what happened there. So what time is it? So this is the shirt for the 10-minute mark. After 10 minutes, I'm gonna do a different shirt, and at that point, uh, and I'm gonna look at it right there. Remember it 10 minutes. After that point, I'm gonna do another shirt for another giveaway, and I'm trying to figure out right now. I think might have to share the video. We'll see what happens, or you can add. Oh, I got an idea. All right, so yeah, so that's 10 minutes in. So I'm gonna put this down. So whoever the winner is for this, I'm gonna tag you guys, or I'm gonna do a random wheel spinner as on a different post. Appreciate you. Hey, mama, thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, so I got another shirt, and I'll let you know what the requirements are to enter the contest. There it is, right there. It's basically my logo that I'm using right now for the podcast. So I'm gonna give this T-shirt away here in a few minutes after I talk for a little bit. Hopefully, you guys can stay on and tag some more people. But yeah, so what was I talking about? So yeah, ADD, ADHD in the workplace, in the work environment for me was tough because I had to learn how to be in society, you know what I mean? To be able to keep a job, because I've lost several jobs before, you know, to where the way I was, it was like people just didn't like me because I was weird, you know what I mean? And it got to the point where they're, you know, I've been to jobs, appreciate you, Melissa. I've been to jobs where they fire if you don't like you, bro. They fire you for some stupid reason, like, hey, we just really don't like this guy. He don't mesh well. We're gonna get rid of him, whatever. You know, that's me right there. So what I've learned, and maybe this can help you or somebody else that's got ADD or ADHD and that, you know, has that in their life. Learn a craft, learn a trade, learn something, and learn it well, and learn something that's in demand. So that if you do lose a job in that area, you can always find a job in that's with those same skill set and take it somewhere else and still be able to make money for your family, for whatever, you know, because there's a lot of us out here that struggle with that. And a lot of times sometimes we give up. We don't have the skill. We don't have the know-how. We don't want to learn, you know, and that's tough because if we don't want to continue, if we don't want to change to help better ourselves. What's up, man? Appreciate you. Yeah, if we don't want to change and better ourselves, then how are we gonna get better? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I did for myself. I learned skills. I've had several jobs as a driver. You know what I mean? Different companies, learning skills along the way. You know what I mean? Basically, updating my resume, making it better for that industry that I'm in, so that way I can always have a job in that industry, no matter where it is. And not only that, like in the industry too, like if you get fired, you can always, most times I've talked to guys and I've seen guys, they get rehired at a job because that job is so in demand that they can't find anybody. So they just like, all right, we got to hire this guy back. You know what I mean? So learn a job, learn it well, gain skills. That way you can get a job, man. Appreciate you guys. So this one right here, we're going to give this one away. For this one, I want you to share the video. So that first giveaway was for tagging someone. This giveaway is for sharing the video. If you share the video, I'm gonna see that in the back end of my page. See who shared it, and I'm gonna shuffle those for a chance to win this T-shirt right here. So right now, go ahead and share the video, and when so many minutes is up, then I'm gonna put it down, take it down, and then do another giveaway after that. So, and the reason why I'm doing these giveaways is because this is the 50th episode of the Corpus Christi Originals podcast, kind of a celebration for that, just giving some stuff away in honor of that. Appreciate you guys. So talking about appreciate you, KVO. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. 50th episode. Plan to do more. So, and we're stoked about the guests. We got Johnny Martinez coming on at 8 p.m. Stay tuned. He's the owner of the On Point Barbershop there on Kostoryz Road. I'm not sure the address, but yeah, he's going to be coming on talking about, we're just going to have a conversation and talk. So stay tuned to that. That's going to be at 8 p.m. If you stay tuned to the live stream. So yeah, I was talking to somebody earlier about the credit score. Who do I have going April 23rd? Oh, say yeah. So April 23rd, we got Jay Bustos and Santos. We got our they are the TikTok influencers. They go live often on TikTok and they're doing it over there. So we got them coming on. Yeah, they're gonna be coming on and sharing, and it's gonna be a good time, man. So stay tuned for them. They're coming on April 23rd. They're gonna be sharing their thing about what's going on with them. So we're stoked for that. And yeah, appreciate you guys. You see, I'm gonna put my computer here because I got some. Let me see, get it out of the frame because I got some. I'm trying to stay next to the microphone here. We got Marco Vaca. He says, I also say to find something you love to do, learning everything about it, perfect it, and find a way to make a living from it. Yeah. Entrepreneurship. Yeah, for sure, man. Entrepreneurship, bro. I didn't even know like what entrepreneurship was until I finally looked up the definition and I found out that that's what I was doing. So I want to say people that have that are like ADD, ADHD, I could be wrong. They do have that entrepreneur mindset. Because I don't know, they just come up with ways to do stuff. Like this whole thing that here, like the studio that I'm at, you know what I mean? They got musicians coming in here and recording their music, and they got this live stream studio, they got the bodega, they got all kinds of stuff going out down around here, and I'm like, damn, that's entrepreneurship, and it's not just one idea, it's a bunch of ideas, which yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. I appreciate you shouting out that comment, Marco. And yeah, entrepreneurship, and then two, what comes with that, when you do that, you got to learn business. Like, you got to learn how to collect money. You got to learn, I mean, collecting money is cool, we all know that, you know what I'm saying, but we got to learn how to manage it. Where's this money supposed to go? How do we recycle it so that way we can get more our product going out, coming in, whatever. We got to pay taxes. We got to deal with all that stuff, bro. So, yeah, I'm learning that as well, and I didn't learn any of that stuff. I'm learning all this online. Like, how do you do a business budget? How do you set aside money for this? It's a whole lot. It's a big old learning curve that we really don't know what's going on until we figure it out. Alex Bassan. Shout out to your brother. Shout out to you. You're the one doing it and putting Corpus on as well. Appreciate you and the influence you bring too. Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, dude. Appreciate that. I'm doing. That's another thing that I really like about the podcast and the brand that I'm doing here. I want to get people on here. You know what I mean? Put Corpus on. You know what I mean? And I want to show. Because Corpus is basically known for the bad rap. I mean, we can say that. We know that. We're from here. We know that. You know what I mean? But to actually put it out there, like, there are some people out there trying to do some stuff. Hey, and our people, that means a lot to me. It means a lot to us. So if I can help out somebody, like have the guy that's coming on, Johnny Martinez, talking about his barbershop, so so you can get more money coming in. Hey, dude, come on on the show. We'll help you out. No problem. Appreciate you. Melissa Hernandez, she says, we just had a young entrepreneur scholar program during spring break, and we had lots of guest speakers. It would be cool to have you speak to our students. Yeah, I'm down. I'm open for that. I would like to do something like that at the Garcia Arts and Education Center. Yeah, I was just there. I think last year with Myra Zamora, I was showing some of the kids about t-shirts, like how to make t-shirts and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, I'm open to that. Share the video if you want a chance to win this t-shirt right here. Share the video. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, so you got it, and then you learn to develop a business mindset as an entrepreneur, and handling money is big. I want to say there's a huge majority of people that don't do a budget, myself included when I first started doing this stuff. So getting on a budget in itself, and that's a bad word for some people, in itself it's changing, bro, because you see where all your money is going. You learn to tell yourself basically that, look, you're messing up in this area, and this area. You need to get a handle on it. You know what I mean? Because the money it's like the money's controlling you instead of you controlling your money. If you don't do a budget, I've been there. My money hits, boom, Friday, Tuesday, by Wednesday, Thursday, I'm already in the negative because I'm thinking, oh, I still have enough money. I still have enough money without even writing it down or looking at it, bro. I mean, back in the day, what would they do? They would balance a checkbook. They would have write down, everything to see how much money they would have left before they spent it. You know what I'm saying? So having a budget is crucial. If you talk to me long enough, you start learning that that's what I talk about because I'm passionate about it, and I think our society should know more about it, so as to help the society grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's a lot of gurus out there. There's a lot of TikTok gurus that are telling you one way, telling you another way, and you're like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Just think back, like before credit cards, like back in the day when I was little, to go to the store, you had to have change. You had to have the dollar bill. You had to have quarters. You had to have change to actually go to the store to buy something. And it's like nowadays, it's we can't do. It's difficult to get back to that because we have credit cards. You can just swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, and it's gone. There's no pain. There's no like pain receptors going off in your mind saying that I'm gonna lose this money and actually I'm gonna get this, but I'm gonna lose something. In the case with the credit card, debit card, we use it and we get it back. There's no transaction going through. There's no currency going through there. You know what I'm saying? Philip Perez says it's unfortunate that schools are so focused on test scores instead of trying to teach their kids how to manage money and other life skills that are going to be important to them. Facts, bro. For real. I mean, let's just say what it is, bro. Like, I mean, to be honest, when I got to college, I didn't know a lick about reading, bro. I had to take remedial reading classes. When I was reading a college book, these words were huge. I was like, what does that mean? Every other word, I had to go to the dictionary, look it up, figure it out. And by the time I finished, it took 3 hours to read one paragraph because I was looking up all these different words. I'm not saying that, there's some teachers out there that do good, that they want to do good. I'm not saying the whole thing is evil, whatever. You got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I think that the schools should teach life skills as well, which I think they used to. Like I don't know. I want to say home ec or wood shop or metal shop, whatever. And I think too we shouldn't depend on our schools to teach our kids everything. Like the parents need to be there for their kids as well to teach them those life skills. Like I'm teaching my daughter, like, look, money comes from work. You clean your room at the end of the week on Friday, you get $5. You see what I'm saying? That way, when she gets to 20 years old, the financial mistakes that she makes are not huge. You know what I mean? They're not a big mess because 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, she's already learning, like, I need to save money. This is what it is to save money. This is where money comes from, whatever. Yeah. So Jay Busto says trades should be a major class, credit building, financial management, and welding. There you go, bro. Like for real. That makes me think about my dad used to always tell me, like, learn a trade, and that to me was like, no, Dad, that's dumb. You know what I mean? I would just think in my head. I wouldn't tell him that. I would just be like, nah, that's dumb. You know what I mean? You don't know nothing. We tell our parents that when we're teenagers. And then now I think back, I'm like, Dad, you were right. I should have done that. You know what I mean? But yeah, learn a trade and you can make money off of this stuff. It's working with your hands. Yeah. But I mean, at least it's something that you can have a job, for the long term so that you can save money, make money, travel, whatever you want to do with your money, assuming that you budget your money and you do well with your money. But yeah, I think definitely trades are a good thing. And I'm going to go when I'm talking. And then if I talk about college degrees too, like I want to say that I want to tell my daughter, like if she's going to go to college, I'm going to tell her, look, if you're going to go to college, get a degree that's going to make you money when you finish. Like something that is valuable in the market, something that's marketable, right? Like what's marketable, like accounting, tech, you know what I mean? Computer science, the stuff that is marketable once you get out of college. And you could just look at the, Indeed.com and see which jobs are high, you know what I mean? Which jobs require a degree and which jobs are in demand. And you got to kind of figure out which college degrees are good. Share the video if you want a chance to win this t-shirt right here. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, let me see what do we got here. I think Zane Sanchez commented. What's up, Zane? Appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. Chris Oliveira said this guy is spitting. Appreciate you, man. Zane Sanchez, yeah, trades are the best way for people to make money. Colleges are nice, but not mandatory. And colleges, like, they're expensive, bro. For real. Like, you have to get most times, the majority of times, I would say people get loans in order to get their degree. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's a degree that's really not marketable. So when they finish they're gonna have to scrounge around to figure out how to pay those degrees off. You know what I mean? And I kind of, to be honest, I came on the podcast. I knew I was gonna say this stuff, and some people would agree, some people don't agree. And if you don't agree, that's cool. Leave a comment. Appreciate you. If you do agree, leave a comment. But yeah, so I agree with Zane there. Like, trades are good, and I think they're underrated. Like, people don't talk about it more. And some people, to be honest, some people don't want to do them. You know what I mean? It's hard work, it's hard labor. But a lot of us that are older, we see that we see that how valuable it is now, that we look back and we're saying, like, man, I wish I would have done this when I was younger. You know what I mean? And now we're thinking about it like, damn, I wasted that time. I could have done this when I was younger. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of us are saying this. That's why I'm saying it. I'm 41 years old. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Priscilla? Appreciate you. Share the video for a chance to win this t-shirt right here. Bully colleges for grants, Chris Oliveira says. I'm not sure what you mean, man. Elaborate. Appreciate you. But I mean, I'm saving for my kids' college in a 529, I think it is. No, what is it? It's some kind of college fund. It's basically like a 401k, saving for my kids' college, so it'll increase. The value increases as it grows. It's like a 401k, but for kids' college. So I'm putting away, and it doesn't have to go to kids' college. That money, it can go to like a trade school or whatever kind of school. But whenever they're ready to go to school, for a degree or for trade school or whatever, they have that money set aside for them when they do go. So that's just financial planning that me and my wife do for my kids, and we have one for both of our kids, for my son and my daughter. We put money in there, and it's put into mutual funds in I can't remember it, but it's a school fund. It's a mutual fund so that it can grow by the time they're 18 or they're ready to go to college. That money's there for them to use, so they can choose wisely. Kenneth Hunter says, why is just getting a regular haircut so expensive these days? Inflation, bro. Shoot, inflation's killing everybody, man. I mean, well, yeah, I agree with that, bro. I think remember, haircuts were like $10 or like $8, $9. Now they're like almost $20, dude. The economy is just crazy, man. Like, it just goes up, and all the more reason to put your money into a 401k with good growth stock mutual funds. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner or nothing like that, but that's what I do personally. If the economy is going to grow, put it in good growth stock mutual funds. In mutual funds, you have big companies like Apple, Google, all these tech companies, Procter and Gamble. It gets into the electrical sector, it gets into the gas sector. All these companies are in the economy. The economy grows. If you have your money in stocks in a good growth stock mutual fund, your money is going to grow with it as well. Some people might be scared because they're saying, oh, well, they're going to take away my money. Joe Biden's going to take my money, whatever. It hasn't happened yet. I mean, just look at history and see how it's gone. My YouTube mentor, that one of the YouTube mentors that I listen to is Dave Ramsey, which is a bad name, a bad word in a lot of households, but hey, that's what it is. Replying to Kenneth Hunter Barbers, share the video, you guys, for a chance to win this t-shirt. Appreciate you guys. We got Johnny Martinez coming up at 8 p.m. He's gonna be on here talking. He's from the On Point Barbershop. So the giveaway for this is ending at 28 minutes. I'm looking at the time right here, or actually 30 minutes. So the giveaway for this is over. And I'm going to go back and look at the replay to find a winner for that one there. All right. And the reason why I'm doing the giveaway is this is the 50th episode of the Corpus Christi Originals podcast. I appreciate you guys for watching. Leave a comment, question about the things that I'm talking about here. These are just some topics that I would decided to talk about since I have an hour before the guest comes on. Also, we're coming to you live from the Produce Streamlab Studios, downtown Corpus Christi, Texas. If you want to rent this beautiful space here that I'm in, they got a green screen in the back. If you want to use it for your podcast, whatever, come on, rent it out, use it for a good idea. Like if you have a podcast, say you can come on like once a month, you know what I mean, and share a live stream with your viewers so they can see you in person, you know what I mean, once a month, rent it out. There's an idea right there. But yeah, it's good. Rent it out is good. I like it here. The sound quality, we got the producer back there running it for us, changing the scenes and stuff like that. It's a good thing. Check it out. Produce Studios, check them out on Instagram, whatever, and yeah, they'll hook you up if you're interested in that. Yeah, the big 5-0, Zane, appreciate you, man. So let me see what I got here. What else? So I was talking about being a business, right? You have to have a business mind. You learn to have a business mindset as an entrepreneur, which is a good thing. And then so that's what I learned in entrepreneurship and creating the brand and creating the podcast and stuff like that. And even the podcast itself is good for me because I get to talk to different people and learn about people in the city, and you guys get to learn about them as well, maybe help their business. Yeah, so that's a pretty good thing. It says Marco Vaca, appreciate you. Have I seen the TV show called Undercover Billionaire? It's about a billionaire who tries to build $1 million company from scratch in just 90 days. Wow, crazy. With only $100 in his pocket. Oh, dude, I'd like to see that one. Philip J. Perez says, happy 50th episode, Mr. Corpus Christi Originals. I don't know your name. Jesus. My name is Jesus, man. Jesus H. Appreciate you guys. A lot of my family members know me as Jesse, but Jesus is my name there. And appreciate you, Philip, for calling me that. Jay Bustos, the other guy that's on here, which he's going to be April 23rd. He's going to be on here. He was calling me Mr. Corpus Christi Original, which that's the first time I heard that. I was like, oh, okay. They're calling me Mr. Corpus Christi Original. So having my name on there, I guess it's important or whatever. So let me see. One more giveaway that I'll do here. I just got some stickers in. And I outsource the stickers and then I just basically resell them to you guys. So I'm gonna give away these new stickers that I got. So there's 4 stickers. We got the rose skull one here, the coffee one here, and then let's see what else. And then the Corpus Christi Originals blank regular 4x4 inch sticker, and the last one is one of my personal favorites, which is inspired by the Produce Goods hoodie. Check it out. These guys got a dope hoodie. It looks like a black metal name or whatever, but this one actually is the Corpus Christi Originals one, which is inspired by their hoodie, which is a good, awesome idea that they had. So I just went ahead and stole it. Hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, so I got these 4 stickers that I'm gonna give away right here, and I don't know. What do you think? Tag somebody. I already did tag somebody. I already did share. So let's see, what can we think of? Help me think of something, you guys, that I can do for you guys to enter this. Oh, so the idea was tag a local business, tag or mention a local business for a chance to win these stickers right here. So tag or mention a local business for a chance to win these stickers here. All right. So yes. The local business can be whatever. They can be food. They can be, hey, Furf, appreciate you, man. Dude, Furf, where you at, man? I know you was out of town one of the time. What's up with you, man? The Furf is one of our original customers, man. He met me on the CVS, or was it Walgreens, out there, Airline and Holly, I believe. The dude showed up. He had been trying to get a hold of me. He was like, hey, man, I'm a truck driver. I do 50 states. I do over the road. I'm going to be in town this one time until the next 3 months I'm going to be out of town or whatever. I was like, all right, dude, well, I'm going to meet you out there. So I met Furf Oh, you're at home? Hey, what's up, dude? Appreciate you, man. Welcome home, dude. So he came out and got two and two, I think two hoodies and then two hats or something like that, man. Yeah. So first, shout out, man. Appreciate you being there since day one, man. Yeah. Yeah. Tag a local business for a chance to win these stickers. Speaking of local businesses, to be honest, when I started this podcast and brand or whatever, it opened up for me how many businesses are out here, you know what I mean, doing their thing. And because like before I was basically uh like just I just kept to myself, you know what I mean, go to work, be with my family, whatever, and don't talk to nobody, don't do nothing. So starting this brand and starting the podcast has really opened the doors for me to know how much stuff is out there. We got production companies, um like video production companies. I don't know if the producer back there, the producer back there's got a company. I don't know if it's all right to mention him out here, but he's got one. So Chris back here, he's the producer. He has a production company. What is it called, Chris?
Basic Cable Productions.
Basic Cable Productions. Check them out. They're on Instagram. And we're gonna have another production company coming out for the podcast. I think it's Night Creature Productions. I don't remember with a date, but stuff like that is going on in the city. And I'm just like, dude, for real, look at this stuff. And then I got the rappers and the MCs coming on. Michael White came on, Droopy Martinez. I'm gonna have a few other ones. Poppy Game Chachi coming on. Kai Servant. All these are different artists, dude, in the city. It's crazy to me. It's like, dude, all this stuff has been here. You know what I mean? I wonder how. And then it makes me think, like, how long has this stuff been going on? You know what I mean? Because I was part of the music scene in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. I was in a band, and that's the most that I think that I was into it, to actually to be a part of that. You know what I mean? And then after that, I was just in more into like getting my degree done and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So just being introduced to all that stuff was eye opening to me. All right, cool. We got all these businesses out here. Yeah, let's shout them out. Who do we got? We got Chacho's Tacos. Here we go. El Taqueria Güero. Who do we got? El Vago. Yeah, for sure. El Vago Burgers and Barbecue. He was on the episode 38. Check him out. Who do we got? Black Monk Tavern. Yeah, Taco Rich. Here we go. All right, man. Alex Basan, like I said, we appreciate you, and your Corpus is showing the original. Yeah, man, for real. Appreciate you, dude. Corpus gets a lot of bad rap. We know that. You know what I mean? And it's like I said, mentioned on the Riding High podcast. I was like, we are, and what? You know what I mean? So what? That doesn't mean that we're gonna like not live here or not keep doing our thing. You know what I mean? There's bad stuff out there, yeah. But there's also stuff that we're trying to do to, keep it going. Tag a local business for a chance to win some stickers. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, you guys got any questions, ideas? We're almost to 8 o'clock. I'm trying to stretch this thing out as long as I can before our guest Johnny Martinez comes on around here. I'm looking down right here because my chat box is right here to see everybody on here. So everybody's from Facebook mostly. I got a few YouTube guys, Robert Flores on here checking it out, and I got it streaming on Twitch, I believe. Check it out, Corpus Christi Originals, or wherever you're watching it. I'm gonna do the replay tomorrow or this evening or tonight on Instagram and TikTok. So the producer sends me the video, and I basically put it on my streaming software, and I'll stream it to TikTok or Instagram, so that way you guys on that platform can watch it as well. Yeah, man. So that's me. What if you want to know about me? I went to Ray High School, graduated from Miller High School, 2002 or something like that, 2001, something like that. Miller Bucks, shout out. Tag the high school. This is not for a giveaway or anything, but mention the high school that you went to, or the middle school, or the elementary school that you went to, so I can see which side of town you guys are coming from. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So what was I talking about? So yeah, that's me. I went to college. I started driving, truck driving, and I'm doing hazmat. First I started with flatbed, which is basically hauling stuff, and then I got into hazardous material like propane. Yay, we got Ray High School in the house. OG Bobby Nahar. Yeah, so doing hazmat, doing propane, butane, and that's the stuff that I'm doing right now. Uh, yeah, that's I got into that industry, and that's what I'm doing now. Uh, yeah, Miller Bucks, go Bucks, 1986. What's up, Philip? Yeah, we got an old school in the house. Yeah, man. And in doing so, like, I had to learn. So, and then I got married. You know what I mean? That's a different step for me, for myself. I mean, for some people it is, for some people it isn't. But when I got married, dude, that changed me a bunch. I learned how to communicate better. Actually, I learned how to communicate more. You know what I mean? Because before I would always bottle a lot of stuff in, and I was the type of person like, you keep poking me, and that one last poke is gonna do it, and I'm gonna go off, bro. Because I would always keep things inside. You know what I mean? JF Empire shouting out, 605 Elite in Bay Area CC club opening. All right, appreciate you. Hangry Trucking Inc. There on Facebook. Hey, yeah, Furf is another truck driver. Yeah, man. So I got into I started learn. So when I got into my marriage, I took that into my marriage. And dude, man, my wife was like, I applaud her and I love her so much for having so much patience with me. And we had to have some sessions like, dude, you need to really figure this out. We need to communicate better, because this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And it got to that point where my wife was like, we need to figure this out. So I had to figure it out. You know what I mean? I had to be like, all right, now I need to say the things try to figure out the words to say to explain how my mind is working at the moment. And that's difficult to do. uh it was difficult to do when I was on my own, when I wasn't married. And then when I was married, it basically took me to another level, I want to say. uh that Marco Vaca, I'm glad and proud of you and my niece's husband. Oh, come on. Keep up the great work. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you, Marco. Yeah, man. Christina's awesome. The family's awesome. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. We went through that rough patch for a little while, and then it got to the point where we're better at it. You know what I mean? And I always bring up finance, bro. I always bring it up. So a lot of our fights had to be around money. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're spending this, you're spending that. We weren't even talking about it. We'd be negative. It was a mess, bro. When we got on a budget, we would actually sit down together, talk to each other about where the money's gonna go, how we're gonna use it, how we're gonna get clothes for the kids, how we're gonna buy groceries. And that there in itself was a game changer, because we were actually communicating more often. And we had to do a budget weekly, because we had bills like pretty much every day of the month. So we were coming together every week, talking to each other like, okay, this money going here, this money going there. And that was good for us, because we were actually communicating, and it helped alleviate the money fights. You know what I mean? We already knew what was going to happen. We knew what money was going where. And that was a changer for us, man. uh and Just being able to do that has helped me in my marriage, and it's helping my kids. I'm teaching my kids, like, look, this is how you're supposed to do money. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. I'm trying to get it going. But yeah, that's just where I'm at, man. And being able to do this with you guys, having a budget and being all that, being business minded and all that stuff has caused me to be able to be here with you guys talking about this stuff. Uh, Otherwise, I mean, I don't think it would really be possible, because my mind would be everywhere. I would be everywhere. And yeah, appreciate you guys. All right, so last chance. Here we go. Got some stickers here. Tag a local business. It doesn't have to be food. It can be like a barbershop, tattoo shop. You know what I mean? Production company. It can be whatever. Giving these away. So we got the Corpus and Coffee here, and then we got the Corpus Christi Originals, and then we got the Corpus Christi Rose Skull Originals, and then the I guess I don't know what to call this one yet. Maybe you guys can help me name it. The death metal logo or whatever. Corpus Christi Originals. Those are the four that I'm giving away here right now on the podcast. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Any questions or comments? Go ahead and share. If you want to shout out somebody or whatever, go ahead and mention it. Appreciate you guys, and I'll put it here on the air for y'all. Uh, the next couple of podcast giveaways, we got Poppy Game Chachi, Kai Serving. Uh, check out the other podcast, Electra Art Tattoo. Yeah, for sure. That's right down the street from here, isn't it? Oh no, is it down here? I think it's actually in Flower Bluff. Electra Art Tattoo. That's a cool shop there. Uh, yeah, I was trying to open this so I can put my stickers in there. But yeah, appreciate you guys for joining in the podcast. I really didn't know what to talk about, so I was just gonna talk about the stuff that I know, stuff like that. Uh, Maybe not too much into it. Philip Perez. If you ever had to do an episode on mental health and the stigma on the Latino community, let me know. I'd love to be on. Yeah, dude, for real. Mental health is big, dude. Um, I think just having that awareness and being aware of what it is helps it helps better society, to be honest. I think um, because we can learn how to keep a job, you know what I mean, do a budget, all that stuff, have a marriage, you know what I mean. There's some of this stuff that's important to me, based in anyways, you know. It's not, I know it's not important to a lot of people, you know what I mean, but that it's just like I'm not gonna stop being myself because other people think differently than me, you know what I mean. I wouldn't want them to change because I think differently, you know. But it sucks because some people they automatically don't like you because you're like that, you know what I mean, for whatever reason. And then we have to live in that society learning, like, you know, okay, this person is like this person is like that, whatever. And it's in society. And I think there's always there's always tension, you know what I mean. Like, just I was in my house all day today with my family and my wife. I leave the house and automatically people are already looking at you ugly, looking at you a certain way, you know what I mean? And you can tell, like, there's tension out here, man. There's tension out here. You don't know who is who. You gotta figure out who is who. There's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, I guess you could say, that you don't know. You have to test the waters. You got to figure it out, and that causes you to have to come out of your shell and be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to figure it out. You can't stay cooped up all the time. You know what I mean? You got to get out there. You got to figure it out. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. You know. We got let me see, Furf. My wife had a bad mental health last year. We barely made it through. Mental health is getting more awareness lately. Yeah, for sure. Um, YouTube has been uh, one of my universities that I go to figure out, you know, about this stuff. You know, you Google it, try to figure it out. You know how you are, how your brain works. You know, I'm ADD, ADHD. Just researching that stuff has helped my walk and how I am, why I'm like this, what helps me, what would help me to change to make whatever better in my life. And even my relationship with my wife, that helps her to understand, oh, he's like this is why he's like this, or whatever, you know, so we can continue moving forward, you know. uh Renee Ramos, love to be in this kind of conversation. Yeah, dude, chime in, bro. Renee, uh yeah, if you follow Renee Ramos on TikTok, he shares a lot about this stuff, about stuff that I'm talking about, relationships, um, you know, mental health and stuff like that. So I think that's huge, especially in the Latino community, or the uh, so-called brown community, wherever you call it. I hate to mention race or culture or whatever, but you know, it is what it is, because there could be other cultures that have somebody with mental health as well. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't know how to deal with it, so it just so happens we relate to people like that because that's the culture that we're from. Uh, I know, like, because I used to substitute teach before I was driving, you know, to try to make some money. And just being in the classroom with kids that were like Latino or from the west side of town, I could tell that they're more open. They can relate more to me because of my accent, how I talk. You know, I'm coming from where they're coming from, as opposed to going to a school on the south side of town, where that's a totally different living over there. A lot of them couldn't. Some, like maybe one or two in the class, could relate to me because they're transferring from this side of town to that side of town, but the other the majority of students from the South Side, they're like, who is this Mexican coming in our class? You know what I mean? So that in itself, which I think it's called representation, uh, it makes a big difference. You know what I mean? So I understand that. You know what I mean? Rene Ramos, he says, I was in a bad place maybe years ago, and like we discussed, you need an outlet. Always have someone to talk to. It helps. Yeah, Rene Ramos was on here the last few podcasts. Check him out. We had a podcast on that too. But yeah, for sure, man, having an outlet, because I was in music a lot. I learned how to play the guitar probably like age 15 or 14 or something like that. I can't remember. And thinking on it now, Renee, it makes you remember like, oh, I was in my guitar a lot. I was in tabs a lot. You know what I mean? I would go to school and I would be out, the outcasted, be by myself because I was just weird, and I would go home. And all I would think about is just going and playing the guitar. You know what I mean? And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, this was my release. This is a way for me to, channel that type of energy. You know what I mean? Instead of, doing, I did drugs, you know what I mean? Or instead of doing something else, you know what I mean? But like drugs was another outlet, which, I mean, I'm clean and sober. I have been for years, but that's another outlet that some people choose. It may lead them down the wrong path. You know what I mean? So there's different outlets. You know what I mean? But a good outlet, one that causes you to better yourself. I guess you could say, um, is something to choose. Yeah, photography is my release, says Philip. Yeah, man. Taking photographs. I really like Instagram, like in the heyday of Instagram, because it was just pictures, and you could actually take creative pictures and just upload them. You know what I mean? And that was cool to me when it first started, and now it's just like different. There's a lot of reels on there and all this kind of stuff, and it just started changing. But yeah, definitely, I can hear that, man. Would you consider doing a podcast playing your guitar, Marco Vaca? Not really, man, because I haven't played in years. You can go look at some of my older videos on YouTube. Look up Jesus Hilario Hernandez. Look that up, Jesus Hilario Hernandez, and go back to my old videos, and you'll see me playing classical guitar on there. Yeah, so you'll see me on there playing classical guitar. I haven't played in years. I think the only instrument I own right now is a piano, and my daughter has a drum set. But yeah, it's been a minute. Let me see. I'm gonna see where the guest is, Johnny Martinez. We got him coming in. I'm gonna text him right now, see where he's at. Let me call him right here. See where he's at. Hey, Johnny, we're live, man. What's up? No, it's down here, man, downtown, off of Peoples. Yeah, 415 Peoples. All right. You know where Produce Studios is? All right. So where you at now? Oh, okay. All right. I don't know why that ad, because I shared it with another listener, another person, and it sent them to the wrong place as well. Damn it, man. Okay. It's right outside. It says Produce. What is it? It says Produce right outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Produce outside, and it's on People Street downtown. Yeah. All right. Text me when you're here, man, or call me. Okay. Okay. Bye. Yeah, that was a mix up we had with another one of the other guests out here, man. All right. So Rene Ramos, bro, when I transferred from Ray High School to Miller High School, I was this they all thought I was this rich Mexican kid from dominated white school. Wow. This was back in the 90s, and then I moved to a more dominant black Latino school, so I felt more comfortable. But yeah, my outlet is always everywhere: music, soccer, DJ, guitar, video graphics, photography. Yeah, the arts basically, man. It's just a release for you to focus up on another reality. You will. That's what's going on. You got to set yourself free. Interesting perspective. Yeah. One of the yeah. Before I got married, like and like before my college years and like after high school, I was just doing dumb stuff like smoking weed, drinking, partying. Basically, I can't remember the club that was down here. Uh, I don't know. There was a club downtown we would go to, and then I was in a rock band and all this stuff, and just making those types of decisions. You know what I mean? And it got to a point in my life where I knew I had to change. Uh, Actually, I had met my wife back then, and I was just in a different place. I met her, and she kind of helped me to like want to do something with myself because I was just there. You know what I mean? I'd stayed at my mom's house. 20-year-old man just at my mom's house doing partying, doing whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to downplay. This is why I don't like to bring it up because it makes me sound like I'm downplaying these people that are like that. But my understanding is that everybody's on their own level. You know what I mean? And you can't judge them for whatever level they're on. Uh, if you get into the spiritual aspect, I just pray that they do good for themselves. You know what I mean? Uh, and make better for themselves. Yeah. And just make better decisions for themselves. So did that, and then eventually I started changing. I started uh, stop smoking, stop drinking. I started reading the Bible, to be honest. And I don't like to bring that up either because church and Christianity and all this stuff has it's just weird today, man. There's a lot of fake people out there, and I don't like to call myself a Christian because I don't like to associate with those type of people because I know how they are. I've been in those circles, and I don't even want to call myself that. I want for my life and how I am to speak that to where people are like, dude, what's up with this guy? You know what I mean? Why is he like this? And that gives me a chance to be like, this is why I'm like this. You know, um, an example that I always like to think of when I first started in the oil field truck driving, totally new experience for me. Dude, you're around men a lot. There's a lot of nasty jokes talking about this, that, whatever. And I remember like, cause I got to a point in my life where like I knew, cause like I wouldn't want to look at women because it would cause my mind to go to entertain thoughts that weren't good for me, right? And I would take that to the workplace, and the dudes at work would be like, "Dude, what's wrong with you? How come you don't want to look at girls? How do you want to? How come you don't want to do this with girls or whatever?" I'm like, and they would assume that I was gay. They would make fun of me. Hey, are you gay or whatever? I'm like, nah, man. I got a girlfriend. I got a wife. You know what I mean? I'm trying to have my thoughts for my wife only. You know what I mean? That's the type of person that I am. So just being that type of person for me is it's difficult at times because sometimes you can relate to people that are out there, sometimes you can't. You know what I mean? That's just one of the things that I would share there. Furf, what's up? What band were you in? I missed the old metal scene. I was in a band called Wicked Red. Uh, Back in the late '90s, early 2000s. I can't remember. Before that, it was a band called Nihilism. Shout out to those guys out there, Jeff Gaunt, Emmanuel, Rick Martinez, who was the drummer in Nihilism, became the singer in Wicked Red, and I was the guitar player in Wicked Red. Shout out to those guys out there. I can't remember the names of the drummer. Ray was the drummer. Bass player was Carlos. Other guitar player was Tony. And yeah, that was a good time, man. We had we played shows, and that was a cool experience for me. So when I first, and that wasn't even my first band. When I first started, uh, so my band when I had first started, is that Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So my band when I had first, I thought that was a
Oh, okay.
guess. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So uh, when I first started playing guitar, like I was looking for a band, And my very first band that I found it in the ad sack or the penny saver. I don't know if y'all remember that, but the ad sack and the penny saver, they had the underground, the compound and zeros. Yeah, Furf, that's where we would play. So the penny sack and the ad sack, they had these ads. Yeah, Wicked Red. You remember y'all? Yeah, you remember us? Yeah, Ray played in one of them. Yeah, for sure, man. The ad sack to penny saver, bro. They had ads for musicians. They would say like musician, singer looking for a bass player, or guitar player looking for drummer, or whatever. It would be in these ads, and I found one. There was a singer. He was looking for a band. He didn't have a band at all. He was a singer looking for a band. So I called him up and I was like, "Hey, I play guitar. I want to join your band." I go to his house. And then when I get there, there's other guitar players like kind of auditioning for his band or whatever. And then I got the call back from the singer, whatever. And then me and another guitar player joined his band. The funny thing is, we never even had a practice with this guy. Like, we only saw him that one time. And then after that, he vanished. We would call him, "Hey, dude, are you going to get together and jam? Whatever. No answer, bro. I never even got a chance to hear the guy sing. So me and that guitar player, we left and we started our own band. We said, we're not gonna be in this guy's band anymore. That singer, he's out. We're gonna start our own band. So that was me and Jeff. We got together, and Jeff had a drummer friend that lived down the street from him, Rick Martinez, and that was our first band called Nihilism. Let's see, who do we got? Yeah, Zero's Hard Rock Club, Marco Vaca. I've heard of some Christian rock bands, and they actually sounded great. Yeah, I kind of got into that at one point. Marco first says I would go and try out on all the flyers on the boards at the restrooms at the Guitar Center. Yo, from '06 to 2010, they don't have flyer paper ads there. Oh, they don't. Wow, they took it down. But yeah, I just call and show up to strangers' houses and jam. Yeah, that's how we did it, bro. Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that. They would have them at Sound Vibes because I lived in the Sound Vibes area. I think it was even before Guitar Center, bro. Like on the door as you would leave, they had all these flyers. You tear a little phone number off, and you call them. Yeah, man, those were the days, bro. How do they do it? I mean, now, dude, it's probably changed. You make your stuff online and you send it to somebody and they record their part on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Furf, man, that's old school, bro. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We got Johnny Martinez. He's coming on. He's running late. As you saw, I just made a phone call with him. But he's trying to find the studio. He thought it was on Staples in Saratoga. So he's coming from out there, driving over here. He's going to be on here in whenever he gets here. So he's going to call me or text me when he comes on. And when he comes on, we're going to go to town and actually not go to town. We're going to have an interview with him. So there we go. Yeah, man. Questions or comments? Appreciate you guys. We're talking about mental health earlier, about Latino communities, whatever. But yeah, mental health is big. And I'm constantly learning myself too about ADD, ADHD for myself. And for, I think, one, if not both of my kids are like that as well. So raising them with that mental health, learning that and knowing that is helpful for me to help my wife raise our kids. Mark Saber, owner of Zero's Check-In. Yeah. Yeah, so man, mental health is big. We actually had a person on here talking about mental health. I can't remember which episode, one of the earlier episodes, but she was going for her master's at the time. I think she got it and she's working in that area. And we were talking about, representation in the classroom, how we can relate to one another and how the kids can relate to us and stuff like that. So that's definitely huge on there. But yeah, so these giveaways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and call them out after the show because I have to go back and rewatch and see who shared, see who commented and stuff like that. But we had those t-shirts. We had the Rose Skull, the Texas Corpito Skull t-shirt. No, actually the Rose Skull t-shirt, the logo t-shirt, and then we had the stickers giveaway. So looking forward to giving those out to you guys once we're by the end of this. Actually, when this finishes, I'm gonna put it out there for you guys. But yeah, man. I've been in a few bands. I've actually Marco brought up Christian bands. I was actually in one Christian band called Altar. This was, I can't remember the year, 2015 or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, that was one Christian band that I was in. Because when I started like reading the Bible and going to church, and because I was a part of all that stuff, church and Christian and having the lingo and all that stuff. But I got away from that because it just ain't for me, bro. Like it's just a setup. I don't know, man. I'm trying not to really talk bad about it. It's just not for me, man. Um, if you're somebody who reads the Bible that we can relate to each other, we'll have church there. We'll just talk about God, whatever. We'll talk about the Bible. But and I used to play in the church. You know what I mean? I used to play in the church. You know, so I used to go to Solid Rock. You guys know that church. I went to Church Unlimited on the island. My mom lived in the island, so I played out there for a few times. Excuse me, guys. This is the guest right here. Hey, we're live. What's going on? All right, you're outside. Okay, I'm gonna have the producer Chris is going out there to get you. All right, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, that whole church thing, and I've been in the church bands. There was one called Altar, and then it just kind of broke up. Shout out Lito, Mark, Ramon, Zane Sanchez was in there for a minute, and then Danny, his father has a church out there on Greenwood, somewhere near Greenwood. But yeah, man. So here we got our guest coming on. We got Johnny Martinez. What's up, dude? All right, man.
Good.
Good. Nice to see you. So you're gonna go, yeah. What's going on? We're live, man. We're live. All right. So make sure to get as close as that mic is, or yeah, you can pull it back if you want to. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's up
Cool.
to you. Yeah, just be close to it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. So what's up? How you doing?
Not much, chilling, man, chilling.
That's
Enjoying
what-
the Sunday off,
All right, all right.
You
So
guys?
yeah, so your shop is on Kostoryz?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Where the old Enriquez used to be,
Enrique.
it's now Neil's Mi Amor right there.
Oh.
Yeah, they switched it up. So I've been in that shopping center now. This year will be 5 years.
Dude,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That's awesome. How you like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a ride, man. It's been a
That's
ride.
what's up. Where were you before that?
I've been a barber for 13 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been getting it in.
Yeah.
And, you know,
So you got into that industry. How's that been for you? Like, I mean, so what's it like? So when I think about like industries, I'm thinking about business, entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah.
Was it difficult for you to figure out the business aspect of that?
You know what? Honestly, a little bit at first, and then I had a homeboy. I went to a shop where I started working at, and I was blessed to be in a shop with a whole bunch of like veterans. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
have been in the game a long time, so they kind of hit me to the game and let me know what's to expect and stuff like that. Because people have a misconception that you go out and get a barber's license,
Yeah.
and you jump in a shop and you're just gonna out the gate you're gonna off and running and make your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not how it is. You got to grind it out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was a rough one. It was a rough one. The first year it was rough, but
Yeah. So it's a lot of like figuring it out on the job, like learning as you go.
man, it was a little bit of everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
that financial stuff. You know what I mean? Learning how to manage it, because when you're a barber, you're your own boss.
Yeah.
You pay booth rent, so the shop owner, he's not gonna tell you when to come and when to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta take
Yeah.
matters in your own hand, and how much money you want to make is what you're
Yeah,
gonna put
for
in.
real.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a risky. It's not like a lot of other careers where you can go and you go to school, you graduate, you get your degrees, whatever, and you know what you're gonna make. You know what I'm saying? The first
on.
year you're gonna know what you don't.
Wow, crazy.
Yep.
So you got to hustle.
You have to, and it's gonna show. Your clientele's gonna show your hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I worked my first year working. I probably took off maybe like 2-3 days the whole year.
Oh,
I worked
damn.
every holiday, 7 days a week,
Wow.
grinding 12 hours a day. I was
Hell
in
yeah.
it.
That's what's up, man. I like your grill down there.
Did a little shine.
Little shine going on, bro. That's what's up, man. Yeah, it's awesome, man. And I seen that Most Hated, dude,
Yes,
a
sir.
long time ago on I-37.
Yeah,
It was like a house, right? It was
Yeah.
painted on the house.
that's my homeboys, man. That's
Yeah.
their brand, Most Hated. Look out for it, man.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure,
that's
for
what's up.
sure.
Most Hated. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's what's up. So it's just a clothing brand?
Yeah.
Or,
Yep,
okay,
yep,
okay,
just
okay.
clothing brand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So we got introduced just now, and I'm Jesus Hernandez, and I got put onto you by Javier.
Yes, sir. That's my boy. He's been been coming to me for a long time. I always say I hate using the word client,
Okay.
because clients, like, I don't know. It's not personal. You know what I mean? Like that's my boy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
That's not my client. That's my boy. You know?
Yeah, not just a business transaction or a number. I got you.
I know his family. He knows my family type deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's
so
up,
yeah,
bro.
you build that relationship with your people. You know?
Yeah, he was mentioning. He was like, "Yeah, that guy got the story." I was like, "Oh, okay, sounds pretty cool." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's get it going. And actually, it's funny because he mentioned you, and I saw his picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Hey, I work alongside that guy over there at the plant."
Oh yeah.
And I seen him, right? And I was like, "Hey, that's that guy." So I go and see him, and then we were communicating, and I told him, "Hey, man, I'm trying to get your boy on. I'm trying to message him." And he's like, "Oh, that's you." I was like, "Yeah, that's me, bro."
That's
So
what's
yeah,
up.
shout out to him,
So,
man.
That's Corpus, man. Everybody,
Yeah.
you gonna run into somebody somewhere. You know?
Yeah. So you're from Corpus?
Nah, I've been down here. I think I've been going on like 8 years down here. I was down here 10 years ago. I was down here for like 9 months, checked it out. I bounced out to Cali, went back to Milwaukee, and then came back here. But I'm originally from Wisconsin, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
No kidding,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. It's
Wow.
a crazy story. Javi always says it's crazy how like I ended up in Corpus, was no live off of Facebook posting.
No way.
Because I'm telling you, man, I used to be on it, like on my grind, you know. So I used to always post, like even by the time I came down here, I was already like 4 years into cutting hair. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, but every day when I would go to the shop, I'd check in every day. Yo, open to close, just
Wow.
heading out, sun up to sundown. You know, every day, every day, every day, every day. And there's a barber owner down here. He had hit me up and was like, "Hey, bro, you ever think about coming down to Corpus?" And I was like, man, at that time, I was just getting off of probation. I was just going through a little split, you know what I'm saying, with my chick that I was with at the time. And I was like, you know what? Like, I need to get away. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I should go check it out. I'm
Wow.
off of probation. I can move around how I want to. And he thought I was bullshitting. You know what I mean? He didn't know
Wow.
that I was really gonna come 1,300 miles down. And
Yo.
I said, "Hey, bro, I get off of probation like in a month." I said, "Give me 2 months after that, I'll be there." And he's like, "Get out of here." You know what I mean? Ain't no way, ain't no way. And then finally I called him. I said, "Hey, bro, I found a spot down there. I got a house locked in down there.
Damn,
I'll
seriously.
be there." And I popped up and he's like, "Bro, I told you, you got a chair down here when you
How
come."
the hell, bro?
I did it, yeah. And then probably it took me like probably 6 months when I came here to build my clientele to fully booked, working 6 days a week.
6 months.
Yeah, in 6 months. Yeah.
Dope.
But that's open to close shop hours. I asked, at that time there was only less than a handful of barbershops that were actually open on Mondays. So I had asked him like, "Hey, bro, I'm used to working every day. I don't know about the 5 days a week thing. Like, you think I could come in on Mondays?" And he's like, "Man, like, yeah, I don't know if everybody's gonna even know we're open. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
Yeah.
like that." And he said, "But I'll post it. I'll let everybody know that you're open."
Yeah.
And I just started taking off on Mondays, and
Wow.
I started building my clientele up like that.
Dope.
Yeah, I built a lot of my clientele off the military and stuff like that. Word of mouth, just
Right, right.
talking to people. And yo, I'm not from here either. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll send people this way." Ah, man, I appreciate it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like always telling people, like, I appreciate your business and appreciate you sending me people. And that's really like, I rarely advertise as much as I should, but I have word of mouth and I have my clientele, my loyal clientele that's been with me for years.
Yeah. So the first piece of clientele was from Facebook or?
A little bit Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I had to try to use what I could when I was down here. I knew nobody. Like, I had nobody down here. No. I got one of my dad's cousins down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a little bit older. You know what I mean?
Wow,
So
crazy.
I was like I had no clientele down here.
Okay. So you had family, one person that lived out here in Corpus?
Yeah.
They're from here or?
They're from.
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all right. So you do kind of have ties with
Yeah.
somebody here in Corpus,
Yeah.
but you were born in Milwaukee?
Yes, sir.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. That sounds like a long journey. So you must have been through a lot of stuff. You mentioned probation, bro.
Yeah.
So it's been a while, or?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I've been off of probation and everything like that for about since I think 2014.
Nice.
When I was done, completed with everything.
Ew.
But yeah.
So were you trying to find other types of jobs before cutting hair?
Yeah,
Or
I did a little time or whatever, and when I had got out, one of my homeboys that I was working for before, he was doing construction, and when I came home, I started working for him, right? And when I was working for him, and this is no lie, this one on a fluke, we had a job that was like 45 minutes out. We get lost, whatever. We're like an hour and plus change out now, and on the ride back, he's like, "Yo," like he called me Wing because I was everybody's wingman. I was
Yeah.
the right hand man. I was a wingman, right? So he's like, yo, what do you want to do? And I was like, shit, I want to go home, fool. What you mean? We've been out lost all day and this, that. Like, I want to go home. And he's like, nah, man. Like, what do you want to do future wise? And I was like, man, like, what you mean, bro? Like, and he's like, bro, like, I don't want you to jump back in the streets. And I can't give you what I want you to have, what you should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give you insurance, and I can't give you, you know what I'm saying, guaranteed, you know, because, you know, in a construction, it's a, you know, you never know when it's going to be busy, slow, whatever.
Yes.
So all of a sudden he's like, man, what do you like to do? And I was like, hustle. Like, that's what I like to do. That's what I was good at. That's all, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what I thought, like, for a real long time. Like, the streets was the only thing for me. Even when I got locked up, like, people would be like, hey, what you going to do when you get home? Shit, run it up again.
Go back to what I was.
Run it back. I don't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the best in school, not at all. You know what I mean? Like, I graduated, but like, man, I finessed my way through school. You know what I mean? And it's nothing, like, I'm not ashamed of it now because I learned from a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to finesse my way, but on a cool, like, I graduated with like a 3rd and 4th grade reading level and comprehension and stuff like that. And it took me to go to jail to sit in that cell and teach myself how to read and write.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Off of reading books.
Wow.
Off of reading like hood books. They're like urban books, you know what I'm saying? They're like hood stories, you know?
Wow.
And that's what kept me like reading. And once my mom found out that I was reading, she was like, whatever you need, whatever books you want, just tell me what it is. And I'm sending them. So she sent them. And, you know, I swear, dude, when I first got locked up and I would write my mom, it would probably be like a little paragraph. You know what I'm saying? A little paragraph. And then probably about 6-7 months in, I'm doing pages back and front. You know what I mean? Just writing. And so I literally taught myself how to read and write, like, when I was locked up.
Wow, amazing, dude.
Yeah.
So back in school, in your school days, like, was it like, because I was like that too when I got to college. I had to take remedial classes, bro. And every single word I had to look it up in the dictionary to try to figure out what it meant. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how did it get to where I graduated and I was like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so was it something that caused you to not like learn? Was it the teaching style? Do you think? You know what I'm saying?
They like, you know, said I had a learning disability. You know what I'm saying? In like early ages, like 1st grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then, when I was, you know, I'm 40. I'm gonna be 41 Friday. So back then, like, they didn't have all the different stuff that they have now for kids. You know what I'm saying? Different learning techniques and stuff like that. So it was basically, they were embarrassing you. You know what I'm saying? Taking the few kids that did have a learning disability, taking them out of the classroom and, you know, doing certain things with them, bringing them back and this, that. And it was a rough one, man. No lie. It was rough from being, you know, being picked on, bullied and fighting all the time, going in school. Like, I fought a lot. Like, my mom, she tried to, like, we grew up primarily in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And my mom, she was a grinder too, and she wanted to try to get us a better way, you know what I'm saying? So she signed me and my sister up to like go to school as a program. It was called like the Chapter 220 program, where they took like kids from the hood and they brought them in like the nicer neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, to try to give them a better chance, you know? But at that time, in like the early 90s, there was a lot of racism, you know what I'm saying? So everywhere there, you know, so it was different, man. It was going to school with a lot of whites, and it was only a handful of us, you know what I'm saying? The Mexicans, blacks, and so it was different, man. It was different.
That is different, man. It's not like that over here.
And then especially like, hey, on top of that, you know, my ears have always been like this, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, my pops told me at a young age, you know, I remember coming home, you know, calling him and crying, like, hey, they keep picking on me. And he said, son, you're going to have to stick up for yourself because no one else is. Like, as soon as they open their mouth, Jay, handle business. Wow. No arguing, no back and forth. Handle business right away. Wow. So I mean, I took a couple L's doing that shit.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Hey, but I swear to you, by 3rd, 4th grade, they knew what time.
They already knew.
Everybody already knew what time.
How else are they gonna learn it?
Jump out there with them if you want to. You're gonna catch some hands.
That's dope, man. Wow.
So I've been a shit talking person ever since.
Damn, man. Wow. You got to do that, man. You got to stick up for yourself, man.
No, you have to, And it was, like I said, it was a little rougher back then. They didn't have people getting in trouble for bullying and stuff like that back then. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no telling on somebody, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just going to make things worse. So me and my A1, man, still to this day, man, still my best friend since 1st grade, man.
Wow.
Yeah, me and him, we teamed up.
Yeah, teamed up, bro.
Yeah, we teamed up. We weren't taking no L's, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We weren't taking no L's.
We got Divad Zatterman. He said, happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I turned 42 in November.
That's just starting to
yeah,
hurt.
yeah, it's starting to hurt. Yeah, dude, oh man, I seen you pumping that iron, bro.
just
So you
starting to
said you
hurt.
slowed down a little bit?
Yeah, nah, I fell off, bro. I fell off
Yeah.
bad, man. Yeah, yep. I had went through some things, some personal stuff, and I had just fell off, and I need to get back on though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's an outlet for me, for real.
Right.
That's an outlet, bro. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a
we were-
stress reliever. Yeah.
We were talking about that on the live stream earlier, that for people like, because I'm ADD, ADHD, I've been through all that stuff too.
Yeah.
I didn't really fight a lot. I just kind of ignored everything. But yeah, having an outlet, we were mentioning, is one, like mine with music. I play guitar. That was my outlet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then of course I had to be, I mean, I didn't have to be, but I chose to be in like sports, football and stuff like that. Because my dad had me in since I was 9, 8 years old. So I knew that, and that was another outlet, because I had trouble communicating with people. You know what I mean? I didn't communicate at all. So one of the outlets was being football, because I got to like physically hit somebody
Yeah.
without getting in trouble. You know what I mean? So I like that part. You know what I mean? And then I lifted weights, of course, too. And that's, I kind of have a small love for that as well. When I saw you doing them 110s, bro, on both hands, shoot, that's dope. Yeah, man. So that's cool. So you grew up in Milwaukee, and you and your friend A1 handled it together.
Yeah.
So you learned all that, and then when you were inside, you were reading a lot. You taught yourself how to read.
Yeah.
Man.
I actually got a culinary arts degree when I got locked up.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it. I got my culinary arts degree there. Before going in, I was working in kitchens for a couple, like 6, 7 years or so.
Oh, wow.
Working in and out of kitchens. I worked at a German restaurant for like 2 years, an Italian restaurant for like 6, 7 years. So it's pretty dope, man.
Wow. So you couldn't see yourself continuing in that path? And you just, no?
Nah. It's
Okay.
like cooking's cool. Like I dig it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but working wise, bro, you gotta have a different level of patience. You know what I mean? You work with a lot of people, a lot of stuff, a lot of arguments in the kitchen. It's stressful. You know, it's stressful. It's not like that shit on TV where they're smiling when they're cooking. You know what I mean? It's a hell story, and there's a storm in their kitchens. You know, big shout out, props to everybody in them kitchens, man.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah, for
we
sure.
appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. And you don't own your own business. So do you own your own business, right?
Yeah, I own my own barbershop. Yep, and I breed dogs too.
Oh yeah, I seen that on your page. So what are they, Frenchies
Yeah,
or?
yes sir.
Okay, so there's a whole thing going on with that.
Yeah, a little dibbling dabbling in it. You know, I've been going in it for about like 3 years now or so. Like about 3, 4 years.
So
now.
you breed them and then you sell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're pretty popular. How do you go about selling them?
Use social media, friends, family, word of mouth, stuff like that.
Right
Like
on.
social media I like this last 2 litters ago, I had flew out to Memphis, dropped the dog off, and jumped right back on a plane and hit back over here.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so. So they sell pretty good. Like, are the prices on them pretty good? Or?
They were really good. The market's pretty flooded right now, so it's like everybody's lowballing right now. But it's just like anything else, man. It's just a wave you got to ride. It's just an expensive wave to ride, though.
Yeah, man.
I got 7 at my house right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. So you got to raise those. Wow, that's got to be a lot. How did you get into that? So you cutting hair, and then you find out about this type of side gig, or
so I've always been cutting hair. I was grinding it out here in Corpus. I had rented out my own private suite. I did that for 2 years out of Salon by JC, and I was there, and one day I got to sitting down, and I was like, yo, like, I need my own shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't want a big shop. I never wanted no big shop. I wanted, small, tight-knit circle. You know what I'm saying? And I got doing the math on what I was saving. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, it's going to take me 2 years before I hit my mark, what I want, what I'm comfortable jumping out there with. And out of the fluke, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
And I jump on Facebook. And one of the homies was counting out money on there, right? And he's like 3,000 1 week in a barbershop.
Yeah, 1 week.
In 1 week. And I said, so I hit him, hey, closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when somebody says like, oh, this dude did what he did. If he did it right, you better follow suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's going the right direction,
right,
you need to go in that direction too.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. No shame my game. Hey, bro, like, hey, where you work at? And he tells me Odessa.
Oh.
And I said, oh, yeah? I said, you getting it like that? He was like, bro, I only work in the evenings. He said, I'm only working 5-6 hours a day.
Wow.
He's like, I take off 1-2 days a week too.
Damn.
And I said, and you're making that much? And he was like, bro, out here, there's a 2-hour waiting list. And I'm like, a 2-hour waiting list? I'm like, nah, hell no, you're crazy. And he said, yeah, bro, hey, I'm gonna tell the owner to hit you up on Instagram and let him check out your work.
Wow.
Owner hits me up in 15 minutes. It's a Tuesday. I'll never forget it. He's like, what's up, Johnny? Hey, man, I see you're working. I need you out here. Come out here. Come get this money. I said, man, is there really money out there like that?
Yeah.
He said, I'll tell you what. You come out here for 2 days. If you don't make $1,000 in 2 days, he was like, I'll give you whatever you didn't make.
Damn.
You only make 5 in 2 days. I'll give you 500. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take you up on that. I'll be there Saturday. He's like, you for real? And I said, bro, I don't, hey, about the bag, I don't play, bro. I'm on it, bro. So, hey, cancel some appointments Saturday. Hey, jumped in a whip, hit it out there, ran it up, I worked 12 hours. I made $980 in 12 hours. And I was like, yeah, this is the move now then. Amazing. So I did it for a year straight. I told myself a year, 1 year I gave myself. I went out there. November 1st was my first day out there in 2018. And November 1st, 2019, I opened my shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
You saved all that money?
In 1 year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's discipline right there, bro.
Just grinding it though. Just grinding it. Driving to Odessa every week.
Yeah.
I was still having to come back. You know what I'm saying? Every week. I leave every Wednesday. I come back every Sunday.
Damn, bro. Wow, that's grinding, bro.
Yeah.
Props, man. That's awesome, dude. Man, that's a lot of money to handle, bro. Do you find yourself having how do you handle your money, like as far as like this?
Horrible.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like
the more I make, the more I spend.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So you ain't got a budget. You ain't trying to mess with no budget.
Nah, I didn't count. I've never been like that, yo. I've always been.
Nobody had. I don't think.
Hey, but I think it's because for where we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different. Like, hey, I've always lived by tomorrow's not promised. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna save all this money and not do what with it, you know? I'm not gonna work my ass off every day and not have fun, not let my kids see fun stuff and not let them do things, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's cool. If that's your thing, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? To stack your money and don't spend it. Hold on to them pockets as long as you can.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna run it up no matter what. Hey, if I'm broke today, I'm gonna go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my thing.
You're gonna figure out how to make the money.
I gotta make it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make it.
That's cool.
Make it.
Yeah. So your daughter is in. My daughter's 8. And yeah, we're teaching her about money, and we're more on the conservative side of money. Like we save it, we put it away. Of course, we spend some of it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And so I'm teaching her like, this is where money comes from. You clean your room, you get $5 on Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you're just giving them the money, they're gonna grow up thinking, "Well, I got to get money from mom and dad." That's where money comes from.
No. I got 3 daughters. You tell them.
Yeah. So you got 3.
I got 3 daughters,
man,
yeah.
no boys?
Nope. I got 7. My son that passed away.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. My daughter, she's 7 years old. I have a daughter that's 12 years old, and I have my 17-year-old that's going to graduate this year.
Wow, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're raising them. Do you cut their hair? Somebody else cuts their hair?
Nah, we had somebody cut their hair. I used to cut my daughter's hair. I used to cut their hair when, just little trims and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
My little one's always like, yeah, you can't cut my hair. I'm bald like you. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right on, man. That's
Say
cool,
less.
dude.
I don't have to cut it.
That's awesome, man. So you started cutting hair. So were you dealing were you involved in like drugs and stuff like that before? Like, how do you make that lifestyle change? You know what I mean?
It was kind of getting back to that one, man. It was kind of like a easy switch once somebody explained it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I had one of my homeboys. I'm like, man, when I first started, I was kind of coming and going for the first week. You know what I mean? Like, man, well, I don't have nothing to do. I'm gonna leave. This that. So my homeboy pulls up. He's like, hey, remember when we were getting money? He's like, this is your trap house, dog. This is your spot. Don't leave your spot, and you don't miss no licks.
Damn.
And I said, damn, you know what? You're right. So I got to stay in here and grind it out.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I did. The same way, same mentality you have in the street, you can switch that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can just revert it into whatever you're trying to get it.
Yeah.
So that's I just learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learn how to do it. Hey, man, my first year barbering, I used to tell everybody, man, if I made $100 that day, I spent $150. You figure it out. I spent $150.
So I pay I own a brand. I have to pay taxes on the wholesale stuff that I buy.
Disgusting.
How do you deal with that?
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's like the biggest L I've ever taken, and it's nothing I can do about it.
Is it worse than in the streets having to deal with the tax man?
Yeah. Yeah. You could duck him. You could do whatever you need to do with him. you ain't ducking Uncle Sam, boy. That man coming
Uncle Sammy, bro.
faithfully. He's coming, and both hands out, hold on to the ankles, like it's over. Yeah, that's a rough one, man. It's rough. It's hard on barbers, man.
Yeah. So you have to have a license, or how do you tax? So you tax the person, and then you pay an amount on that tax, or what? Or you know what I'm
Like
saying?
I charge booth rent for the people that rent from me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
own your shop. People are renting the chair or the booth.
Yes.
From so that's so that's a whole business in itself,
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
just cutting hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to keep track of that.
Yeah.
Okay. How many booths do you have in your
I
shop?
think there's seven booths. I have it's 6 of us in there right now.
Okay.
I'm not really too like kind of picky about who I let in.
Right
I
on,
got a
yeah.
cool vibe though. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to throw off our vibe. Like everything's cool. Everybody's chilling, joking, clowning with each other and stuff like that. And I got a stump down team, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. You know what I'm saying?
How do you find yourself like vetting, or not vetting, like figuring out who you want in there? Like, do you interview them, or I mean, do you
Man,
just word of mouth?
sometimes like word of mouth most of the time. You know what I mean? It's mostly word of mouth. A lot of people get referred. I got a lot of homeboys that own barbershops, man. Shout out to all my homeboys.
Yeah,
you know,
right on.
hey, we're all going through it together. You know what I mean? And for real, there's a lot of homeboys that send people their way, send us our way. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody shows love, you know?
Yeah. Well, so what's some of the things that you try to avoid? Like, what's some of the stuff you try to avoid in your shop as far as the culture goes in there?
And I just, man, I try to duck the hood vibe, man. Like I want my people to feel comfortable in there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody feel comfortable. You know, we don't got to be worrying about nothing going on in there and stuff like that. But, you know, you control that by who you hire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You control, that's who you hire is the vibe you're going to get.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go to the barber, your barber, and you guys got a vibe already. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be on that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool though. Yeah, it's a ride, and it's different working with different people that come from different walks of life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right on. Like, so hood vibe is like just people bringing in bad business in here.
Yeah,
Talking about it. And,
yeah. There's a certain place and time you talk freely. You know what I'm saying about certain things. And,
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some people don't have filters. You know what I mean? And we have. I personally cut up several cops. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to make it. You know what I'm saying? But they understand. They're cool with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying. You know.
I think it was, I had a Jackie, I don't remember her last name, but she braids hair. She was working with you.
Touched by money.
Yeah, Touched by Money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was on the podcast a while back, and
Yeah.
we touched on that topic also.
Yeah.
And she was mentioning like how, you know, you have families or kids come in here or whatever, and y'all was talking about something happened at the club or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
And that's just it's difficult to have, especially if you're trying to have
Yeah.
more clientele come in.
And I think that's all on the barber. You know what I'm saying? Because like in a conversation, if I know the person next to me is cutting up somebody, maybe that's not about that life. You know what I'm saying? And I know who I'm cutting up and how they talk. And some people talk loud, so you can hear what's going on.
Right
so
on.
then you as a barber, you got to divert that conversation. You know what I'm saying? You got to spin that. You know what I
That's
mean?
crazy, bro.
You got to spin that conversation to something else. Hey, how's the family doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. So when you're conversing like that, do y'all converse? But do barbers curse with ever have a conversation with another barber or another client all at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Like
all the time.
traditional barbershop. I guess you could say?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
had it all the time. We're always in there joking, clowning
That's
with
cool.
each other across the shop. Everybody's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's a cool.
We
Yeah.
talk shit equally.
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 As well. Do y'all ever compare like tips or like how much money y'all make?
No,
or-
we
or that's
actually
something y'all talk about?
at our shop, we got a little running joke. It's like, hey, bro, what time you here tonight? Like, oh, I leave at 7. What time you leaving? 9. All right, sucker. like, like, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like, and then hey, at the same time, we're on each other. Like, shop opens up at 10. Most of my barbers get there a little bit earlier, or they come at 10 o'clock. I got barbers that start at 7:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? My boy Heck out there getting it. Edgar's out there getting it 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. He was just there at the shop when I was leaving. 2 more heads were walking in that he had there. So that's Sunday money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you knock that booth rent
That's
out.
how you do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So your guy, talking about that, your guys in their shop, the ones that work for you, do y'all ever get to the point where y'all are y'all like, because we're talking about mental health earlier, like do you talk about that stuff with your workers, or is it just strictly like, oh, this is the
Nah, I
business?
think we do. I think you could probably say that because we're really cool with each other. Like everybody's really cool with each other. So if somebody's going through something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they speak on it, we're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna help each other out and do what we gotta do. You know,
Right.
I've been a barber for a while, and I've owned a shop for a while, and I've come close with a lot of barbers. You know what I'm saying? That work with me, that have worked for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's I know this business, you know what I mean? It's a grimy business, man. People come and go, you know what I mean? And people, you just got to understand that. And sometimes, yeah, it hurts being a bar, like, you build a friendship with people. And then if they leave or they go somewhere else to another shop, it's kind of like, damn, like that's how it feels. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
crazy.
But it's business.
Okay.
Whatever, at the end of the day, whatever the reason they left, that's for them. You know what I'm saying? And I got to respect it.
You gotta let it go. You
And
just,
yeah, I don't have hard feelings for nobody. You know what I'm saying? That work for me and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
when tragic stuff happens in the shop, family, something happens. You know what I'm saying? And you really see who's riding with you. You know what I'm
damn
saying?
crazy. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I think I read the Bible. I think it was there's a verse where it says like when somebody's there for you in your bad times, they're there for you in their good times, not necessarily the other way. If they're
Yeah.
there for you in the good times, not there for the bad times.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You see it.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
So you mentioned the business of haircutting. So I assume there's barbers or owners that are not as like that, like you are, as far as leaving business, people leaving. There could be.
Yeah, some people take it personal. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it just depends on each situation, Some barbershop owners invest in barbers. You know what I'm saying? They give people time. I've had people personally work for me and be like, "Yo, hey, I'm gonna charge you this until you get your feet." You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah.
And so if I'm going out of my way, I'm taking money out of my pocket for you to get right, and then for you to bounce when you do get right. You know what I'm saying? You might feel some type of way about that.
That's good, man. Why do you find yourself? How do you find yourself doing that? Like, is there, like, have you always been like a caring person in that way, or
I think because I've been blessed with people that are around me that care for me. You know what I'm saying? And when I first started at the barbershop, I had no clientele. I was trash cutting hair. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I had guys around me that were blessed me with game. I had my boy Tato who used to own the barbershop I used to work at. He blessed me. He's like, "Yo, I'm only gonna charge you this month or this much, you know what I'm saying, per week until you get on your feet. But in the meantime, yo, if you want to come in early and you want to sweep, if you want to come in you want to stay till late and mop up, and we'll knock off booth rent."
Yeah.
And so that's what I did every day.
Damn.
I was there early to get some money off my booth rent, stay late, help them sweep up, do what I got to do, try to
So you
stay in it.
So what you saw, you were like, that helped me.
I just had to pay it forward now, and I
Pay it
still
forward.
do it. Yeah, I still do it. Yep, I still do it. I still try it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
sometimes we're able to help out, and sometimes like, hey man, I've had my barbers look out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey bro, I know
Yeah.
you're going through it. Like, hey man, I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's love. It's like it's shared.
That's what's up, man.
You got
That's
bless those
cool.
that bless you. You know what I mean?
So yeah, so does that, do you consider yourself like a spiritual person? Because you're saying like blessed. and
Yeah, I
that to me
definitely.
is like,
Yeah, no, I definitely, bro. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get more back into church. You know what I'm saying? I've been strong going to church for like 9 months now. I volunteer at Church Unlimited on the West
Oh,
Side.
wow, okay.
I do that every Wednesday morning from like 10 o'clock to 12:30, and we cut people there.
Oh,
We cut people
nice.
that it's like it's not really I guess you call it a church, but it's more like a mission place where they hand out food. They got a food pantry. You can go there, get exchange your clothes there. You can go get hygiene there, and you can get a haircut there.
Oh,
And then
wow.
before you can do all that, you can go and listen to the service that was done that Sunday.
Wow, dude.
So yeah, it's a real dope. It's real dope, man. It's real dope. There's a lot of people there that go unrecognized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that really are faithful to being there every Wednesday and trying to give back. You know what I mean? Trying to give
Interesting.
back. And so I've been on that. I missed one Wednesday in 9 months.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I've been trying to making my presence there, man. I've been going there for a long time. I started doing that. I've been going strong for like 9 months, but I started like 10 years ago when I first came down to
church.
Corpus.
Okay.
Yeah, and I started volunteering over there. They used to have a thing called Take It to the Streets. I don't know if you ever heard of that. But,
I might have, yeah.
They used to come down here over by the bus station.
Wow.
And we cut hair out there, go pray with the people out there. You know what I'm saying? Try to
Yeah.
give them some break bread with them. You know what I mean?
Wow,
give them some
man.
food and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, just to be able to talk to those to the homeless people out there, man. Like,
Yeah,
so,
it's wild, bro. It's wild. You know, some people think like every person out there is a drug user. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and it's once you get to meeting some of these people, bro, it's deeper than that, bro. It's deeper than that. It's like some mental, like they
Mental
don't,
health.
yeah, bro. They don't
Yeah.
have nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to be around their family because they don't want their family to see them what they're going through and stuff
Wow,
like that.
crazy.
Like I've met some, man. I met some crazy stories
Yeah.
out there, man. I met some people with some deep stories out there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy, and I get shown plenty of love over there on the west side at the Church Unlimited and stuff like that. Like all the guys know me over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
They all rock with me over there.
Damn. So do you feel like, so it seems like giving of your time like that has been a part of your life.
Bro, that helps. It helps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never realized like it was probably like 2 months ago or something. Like the pastor had said something in church, and he was referring to when you give back,
Mm-hmm.
when you give back, volunteering in any way, not even volunteering, just in any way. When you give back, you could kind of don't think about your worries, and you're thinking about somebody else's for a second. You know what I'm saying? So 9 months ago, I feel like my world is, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going crazy for me, you know?
Yeah.
And I just needed a couple hours out of the day to where I don't worry about me and I can focus on somebody else.
Wow.
So it really helps me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's
it helps
amazing.
me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
to, like it humbles you.
Yeah.
There's no other humbling experience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
you know, I'm a big shoe head. I'm a shoe kind of sewer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Sneakerhead, bro.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so for me, like I'm always shoe checking. Like every, you know, like,
Nice.
and I like every shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn, I'm
That's
kind of
cool.
live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
damn. But you know, when you get around certain situations, when you're over there and you're like, damn, this homeboy don't even have matching shoes.
Wow,
dog.
crazy, bro.
They don't have matching shoes.
Or
That's-
don't
it's
have shoes,
humbling,
you know,
bro.
walking in
No,
socks.
yeah, and yeah. But they go there and we put them on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They get right when they leave there, man.
Yeah,
They
man.
get right. They get right. We get thanked, and that thank you, it sounds crazy, bro. That them thank yous from people that actually, you know, I always tell people, hey, if I walk out this door, right, and you're coming behind me, and I hold the door for you. You'd be like, hey, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's just standard though.
Right.
You would
Courtesy.
do that to courtesy.
Yeah.
You do that to anybody. But when you finish cutting somebody's hair and they really appreciate that and they let you know and
Yeah.
they're like, hey, bro, like, hey, I appreciate you doing this, man.
Wow,
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? It's different. It's a different type of feeling you get from that, man.
Yeah, like you
So-
actually did something.
Yeah.
Like you're doing something for them that they can't actually do back. Like they
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. I'm not,
Bless you
there's
back.
nothing in return they can do for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, like, oh, you get people in there too. Like, hey, can I give you a tip? No. Like, no, you can't. No, you can't, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well,
thank you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
A thank you would-
Or they
it
can
means
like
different, bro.
So like you give them a haircut, but they don't have money. Like so, your exchange in that instance would be them giving you money, but they can't because they don't have money. You know what I mean? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I find that awesome that you can like give to somebody and that what you brought up, like not thinking about yourself for that few
Yeah.
hours or whatever that you're
Yeah.
doing. You're actually thinking about somebody else.
And it pays like, yo, I could sit here and try to finesse the story about it, but like I can only tell you from personal experience, bro, when you give back, that shit comes back. It might not come like, you know, when you bless somebody, that blessing, like even I bless all the time. You know what I'm saying? I look out, people that know me know what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a person that's all, you know, cameras and, you know, hey, here to do this for you. This, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So when the more you give, you're going to get them blessings back. And sometimes them blessings might not come to you, but they'll come to people around you. And having blessed people around you is a blessing.
Wow, great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that because I like that. There's like I don't know where it is in the Bible, but like it says like everything that you touch, it'll prosper, or something like that. Basically meaning like if your life is evolving around like God, basically you put it in first or whatever, then everything will come into place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's his timing.
Yeah,
We just got to keep doing our work.
yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta keep grinding, keep doing our thing, and
Yep.
people.
Yep.
I see that too, cause like I'll be doing stuff for people or something, and just out of the norm, because like just like in the workplace, bro, people are rude, they're mean to you, and then just doing something that's nice for them, or even like giving like an enemy or somebody that doesn't like you, giving them a taco or something like that, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
That's part of you doing what the right thing, and then like you're saying, in return, it's gonna come back.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna come back to
tenfold.
you.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, there's times, this is business, bro. No business is steady. You know what I'm saying? It's a roller coaster, bro. You got to
Yeah.
ride them waves. Even when you're down, you got to just keep on going and remain in faith. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Everything happens for a reason. And I stand on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right on,
I
man.
was put in certain places in my life, some bad places.
Yeah.
But even in the worst places in my life in jail, I've met some of the realest dudes that I
Wow,
still
crazy.
talk to right now. That were like speaking light into me. You know
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
saying? Because I was young. I was young and I was, I was hard headed.
Mhm.
But they were like, "Yo, bro, like chill out, bro. Like, hey, no, stop telling people that shit.
Mm.
Telling people like, I'm gonna go back out and get it down. Nah, don't
Oh,
talk
wow.
like that. Don't speak that into your existence. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I used to tell people all the time, yeah, I'm coming back. I know it.
Wow.
Because I'm not naive, bro. Like, bro, you can't run a red light 10 times and not expect to get hit.
Wow, dude. So you thought you were gonna go back?
No, I knew I was, bro.
You knew you were gonna go.
I knew. I felt it, bro. Like
That's crazy.
Hey, as crazy as it sounds, bro. I used to dream of being in prison when I was a kid.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. I used to dream. I used to have dreams, bro. Like that I would be in prison and stuff like that. And then the shit was a reality, bro.
Wow.
But when you chase that life will catch you.
I got you.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
You're gonna chase that fast life that it's a fast
It's gonna
ending,
come on
bro.
you. It's gonna hit you.
Yeah, the finish line. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
gonna come a lot faster than you think, and when
Yeah.
you least expect it. At the best times, man. Like,
Did anybody you know like die or pass away, like in that game? I guess you could say.
yeah, you had more ODs. To be honest with you, bro.
Oh.
A lot of my homeboys, like a lot of my peoples, man. A lot of people that I know, associated with, and stuff like that, have went down that road.
Wow.
A lot of people, man. A lot of people.
Oh man.
Drugs are real big in Milwaukee, bro. Real big, real big. So
Wow.
it comes with the territory, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, like I said, you run that red light 10 times, you're gonna get hit once.
And yeah, I talking to somebody along the lines of that. They were saying like, you can find it in Milwaukee or wherever. You can find it anywhere.
Anywhere, bro. Anywhere.
Like you can. I'm pretty sure you can find it here somewhere.
Anywhere.
Anyway, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy to me. How
But at
you
the
can
same
be-
token, like that's how I look at it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, dude, you could find drugs anywhere. But my mindset back then was like I could sell drugs anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I used to go to, man, they used to put me in all these drug and alcohol classes and stuff like that. And they used to be like, people talking about all their addictions, and they come to me, you got to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
well.
was like, yo, I'm not addicted to drugs. I'm addicted to selling
crazy,
them.
bro. I'm addicted to money. I want money.
I'm addicted to selling them. I'm not. I promise, I'm not addicted. I ain't never done none of this shit they done. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
wild, bro.
No.
Were your parents hustlers? Like
Nah.
not hustlers, but like were they hustling to make money? You know
My
what I mean?
mom, bro, she the biggest hustler I know.
So you learned it from her, or
Huh? No, I got my grind from my mom. I always tell people that, man. Growing
Wow.
up, my mom supported us and took care of us on her own. She was working 60, 70 hours a week.
Damn.
My mom got it in, boy. I can't, you know how you hear that saying, like, you got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? I can never say that because my mom got us out the mud.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? She just put me on concrete for me to get it through.
Oh, so your pops wasn't around?
Yeah,
It was
my
just-
pops. Yeah,
okay.
I used to fuck with my pops on the weekends. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I used to
okay.
rock with pops on the weekends and stuff like that. My pops was always there. Always there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's always there.
Wow.
And my pops used to work at a community center. And
Okay.
he used to work for a school that they had there. And then he was a mentor there at the school. Started out being security. He was the mentor. And then he went on. They opened up a drug rehab place, and he was a program director there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was programming people over there. So he worked there for like 20-something years. But my mom, back in Wisconsin, we only have one electricity company, and my mom worked at that electricity company for like 40-something years.
Wow.
Yeah. Since she was 19, it was her first.
Are they
full-time
still
job.
with us?
Yeah, my mom's at my house right now. She's visiting
Yeah.
from Milwaukee.
You
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
So did she get a pretty good retirement coming out of there? Or?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She put it
shit.
in though. She got
She
them
put it-
years,
yeah,
boy.
of course,
years,
of
years,
course,
years.
yes.
She actually retired being a vice president secretary.
Wow.
So yeah, she was in that position for a while.
Oh man, dude.
So I could say like I got to see my mom like literally go from the bottom and work her way all the way up. Dude, I remember my mom used to work in a cubicle. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them movies you see where it's just a bunch of cubicles
Yeah.
and people in there going away and then my mom had her own office the size of a small apartment building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Downtown, it was
Damn,
live, man.
that's
It was
awesome.
dope. It's dope to look back and or to think about it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like, my
exactly.
mom came so far. Like, yo, she ain't never gave up. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I put my mom through hell. We all did,
Oh,
man. We
yeah,
all did.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I put my mom through hell, but I'll tell you, man, from the first case to release date, my mom was there.
She was there.
Oh man,
Man.
every day. When I was in the feds, you only get 300 minutes a month to talk on the phone.
Oh.
And so I used to make it my point to break that down. I used to talk to my mom for 10 minutes a day.
Wow, dude.
That was my
Crazy.
scapegoat, though. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
like, man, it was like I needed that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And sometimes my mom would be like, "Yo, I want to come see you," and I'm like, "Nah, I don't want you to come right now." Like,
Oh,
you
man.
know, I don't want visits right now because, like, you know, when you go on visits, you take your mind out of what you're in. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And sometimes it fucks you up for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? To
Oh.
get back out of that depression and shit like that. So I was cool with my mom only coming a couple months, and when she did, though, it was live though. It
Yeah.
was like I needed that.
Damn.
Ain't nothing like getting your mom's hugs. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
And
definitely, man.
feeling that embrace. You know, she did it though. Man, she
Wow.
rode with me the whole way.
That's amazing,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This the one person like, and my
Crazy,
sister,
bro.
my dad, everybody, but my mom, dog, like,
Wow.
like, nope, you're gonna do it, Johnny. Anything you do, look at what you do. I know what you do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've done, you put your mind to it and you do it.
Yeah.
You know, like anything from the street to business. Like, you know, people thought I was crazy when I started messing with these Frenchies. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, dog, you're crazy spending all that money on them." Yeah, but shit, it paid off.
Yeah. Try. You got to try it out
You got
too. Like
to,
some
bro.
people are
You
scared to
got-
try.
They're scared to fail.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people will try a few things, but they're afraid to fail though.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people try things when they know it's a for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes sense.
So you know, it's that pride of failing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I don't fail so many times in my life. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. And
I gotta
and
try it, bro.
yeah, I got you. Like in our culture too, like we just sit back and check out. See, look at that, guys. Look what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? That's not me. It's them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's you gotta try, bro. You have to be wanna. We're talking about entrepreneurship earlier. You gotta learn how to fail.
Oh, you have.
You know what I
to, bro.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You got to learn how to fail. Like, I mean, look at you. Like, has there ever been like stuff that you tried and you failed, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna try something else?
Selling drugs. I failed.
on.
Like, if it was good, I would be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
right
Like,
on.
You know, but yeah, I failed at that. I failed at a couple jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, though, it's it's a roller coaster, man. It's a life roller coaster, and I strongly believe in everything happens for a reason. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So whether I lost a job, whether I quit a job, or got fired, or hey, it wasn't meant for me. You know,
Another
what I'm
door
saying?
will open up.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna knock on one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna wait for one to open. I'm gonna knock on
Oh,
one. You
come
know?
on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to make it happen. Poppy Game
yeah.
Chachi, appreciate you joining. She said 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, keep that 100. Yeah, I like the fact that you were talking about your parents, bro. Like, okay, and we gave them hell too. You know what I mean? What's something that you learned from your dad or your mom? They would tell you, and you're like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. But you think about it now, and you're like, damn, they were right. You know, I
A
should
lot
have
of
done.
things, and man, if my mom's watching this, man, now a lot of things she said, man, a lot of things, you know, you look back and you think about some of the things like, man, Johnny, you know, you gotta relax. You know, that was my mom saying all the time, Johnny, relax, dude, relax, doc, like relax. And now I catch myself being older, and when them heated times come up, you're like, hey, relax, dog.
Chill out.
Chill out, bro. Chill out, dog. It's not that serious, man. Just relax, you know? My dad is another story, man. My dad is a wild one, boy.
Oh, yeah.
My dad's wild, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad's a turn up. So he gives some crazy advice, but yeah.
Right on, bro.
He gives some crazy advice, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
cool,
my pop's
man.
always been there too, man. He's always been supportive of me. He's always been my rider for real. Like even when I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do, he'll tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're doing, but be careful doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you need me, I'm here. Like whatever it is.
So he'll let so he's like he'll let you like he knows what you're doing, but he'll let you figure it out.
As soon as I turned 18, that man told me do whatever you want to do, but do it.
Damn.
Whatever you're gonna do. You want to work hard. Do it. You want to hustle? Hey, you're gonna have to do it. Like you should take what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit comes with it. You know, it's not sweet no more.
Yeah.
The game's not sweet. And that shit's over with.
It's
you
like
know?
you were talking about like how like in schools like bullying, safe space and all that stuff. Like once kids get out of school, they got a whole world waiting for them.
Man, and these kids today, boy, it's trouble. It's hard. I think it's harder nowadays. No lie, on kids nowadays,
Wow,
man,
crazy.
it's hard, bro. you got to think we didn't come up with all the stuff that we come giving our kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From clothes to whatever. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Designer shit like that. We didn't have that shit. So now these kids, they get everything handed to them throughout school, and then when game's over, when high school's over, when the real world comes in, and no one even handing them shit. And then now they got to figure out what they're gonna do.
Yep.
You know, some people decide to go different ways. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's a lot of options out there for you to go nowadays. You know, it's hard.
It's like, what do you lean on? What are you really gonna believe in or lean on?
Well, what did you learn
now? Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, hey, I don't knock school, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think, but for your future, I think the best thing that happens in school is your networking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to network with people in school, and yeah, you pay attention to what you're doing and try to be great at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the long run, like, man, you know, you're from Corpus here. Hey, if you don't know somebody to get in somewhere, you're gonna be, it's gonna be some trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Get on them
It's
waiting
gonna be
list.
difficult. Yeah, for sure.
It's all about who you know, who you network in, and that
Exactly.
revolves around what kind of person you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good person, you know, I'm not saying you got to be the best, happiest person in the world, give everybody a hug when you see them.
Yeah.
But hey, it takes nothing to say what's up to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? You know, I still go out once in a while. I don't go out much, but when I do go out, I'm always chopping it up with people.
Yeah.
I'm always cool. I'm cool. Some people think I'm not just because of what I look like. Or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah. Stereotype.
I'll be the first one to clown with you and laugh with you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Put on some R&B. I'm gonna start singing and dancing and shit.
Yeah. One of my coworkers is like, "You're on a podcast, right?" He's like, "Yeah, you had that one guy with all the tattoos on there." I was like, "Yeah, and whatever." You know, he's like, "Yeah, no, that's cool, dude." Yeah. So yeah, definitely a stereotype, man.
Nah,
And,
yeah, 100%.
like I've got cousins that have tattoos and stuff too. So I guess growing up around, not really growing up with them, but having them as primos and seeing them at, you know, family parties or whatever, and talking to them, knowing like they look like this, but they're not like this. You know what I mean? Or they might be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out.
Shake of the dice.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You gotta try it,
Yeah.
because like a lot of us too, like we learn to not communicate like growing up. We don't want to network.
Stay in your own lane.
We stay in our own lane.
Yeah.
We don't want to network because in all honesty, you make yourself vulnerable to figure out who's the person to trust, who's the person not to trust.
Yeah.
You have to open yourself up to talk to them to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it sucks, dude, because social media, the snakes are watching, bro. They're looking, they're lurking.
I think social media is so fake, though, bro.
That's what I'm saying,
You know
bro.
what I tell everybody? You could be anybody you post to be. You know what I'm saying? You could be the biggest baller in the world on Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever. It's on women, girl, whatever.
Yeah.
They can be whatever they want to be. Guys, they can do whatever they want to be. Until you meet somebody in person, you really see how they're moving. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's different. It's different, man. It's different. And I have met people like that. I've known on Facebook, and then when I meet them, you know what I'm saying? They're like, "Damn, bro,
Yeah.
it's cool." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think this, that. I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah, for sure. I think I was reading something. You got to use your eyes to see, and you got to use to hear what they're saying.
yeah,
Is what you're seeing lining up with what they're saying? That's how you figure out, if that person is who they are.
What's
they
that
say they're
saying?
gonna be.
You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. That
Yeah.
means you got to listen twice as much as
You
you
gotta
talk.
listen. You gotta
Yeah.
watch. Yeah, use your
Yeah.
senses to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Dude, well, this has been a good interview podcast, man. Coming up on an hour. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, bro. For
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
Thanks
no.
for having me, though.
Yeah, I like
Appreciate
talking
that.
to people, man. I hope somebody learned something out there. They're listening, they're watching, whatever, man. So, your spot is on Kostoryz. What's the address?
Yeah, 5230 Kostoryz, Suite 15,
Suite 15.
On
50
Point Barbershop.
On Point Barbershop.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that name anyway?
I had a client come up with one of my
No
boys.
way.
No lie. Yeah, when I was gone in Odessa,
Yeah.
he said, "Man, I'm over here waiting in this barbershop, and this dude's my appointment's 15 minutes ago. Like, man, and the haircuts ain't even that good. Like, he's like, bro, he's like, you were always on time. At my appointment times this time, I'm in the chair. You're getting me taken care of. You're on point every time." He said, "Bro, you should name your barbershop when you come back On Point." And I
Wow.
said, "Bro, you know what? I'm gonna name it On Point."
Yeah.
That's
and
how
you
I
want
ran with it.
and you want to maintain that standard, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're
yeah,
trying to do.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Let's try to be on point.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. So, it's there on Kostoryz. How do we find you online? Are you mostly on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Instagram, but I'm not really heavy on Instagram like that.
Okay.
But I got Instagram, Facebook. I'm point Kennels 361. I'm Johnny Cuts
Okay.
361. Or Johnny Martinez on Facebook.
And you use Booksy for people to
Yes, sir.
to book. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the tag on that?
It's Johnny Cuts Martinez at Booksky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny Cut Martinez.
Yes.
At Booksy. All right, cool,
Sir.
man. You guys know where to find him. He's there on Kostoryz, or you can book an appointment. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the next podcast. I think we got Poppy Game Chachi. I'm not sure, but she's coming on next few ones or whatever. I can't remember. Kai Servin, some other people coming on the podcast. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the producer back there, Chris. Produce Livestream Studios. Stay tuned for the next few podcasts. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.